Hello, welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel. My name is Jackie and I'm obsessed with planners, journals, bullet journals, and the Twilight Zone. And that was a spoiler already, but that's okay. We'll keep moving. Today I'm here to share with you my November bullet journal setup, and since it is my birthday month, I decided to go with one of my favorite series of all time, The Twilight Zone, the original series, all in black and white, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I thought it would be perfect, and today was the perfect setup for a Twilight Zone bullet journal because it was raining a lot outside and it was like dark, but it was like a different color of sky. It was really giving me the Twilight Zone vibe, so I was really happy about it. So if you wanna see what I will come up with for this month, just keep watching. So this is the notebook I will be using today. It is an Archer and Olive in the A5 size, the Halloween special edition. And I do have a rewards link that I will put down in the description box. I think you get some discount and I can get something as well. But what is special about this is that it is a Blackout notebook. And I know it is intimidating, but I've been loving to use this so much. I still need to set it up, as you can see here, but I will be doing that very soon. But I have already started doing some projects here that you will see before Halloween, so stay tuned for that. But anyhow, I will be using some papers that I printed at home, as well as some acrylic paints or ink pens that I have in here, and I will link all the items that I used down in the description box as well. But as you can see, I'm shaking a lot of this Posca pen because I realized it's really important to do that, and I will talk a little bit more about that very soon. But I decided to start with just like a spiral thing in black and white, because whenever I think about the Twilight Zone, I think about like this spiral thing and I really love it. So I decided to kind of recreate. This is maybe like the beginning of the setup, but it's something I do not consider to be like the November cover page. Is almost like if you are getting immersed like in that Twilight Zone, like in the fifth dimension or something. So that was my concept for this spread, which is basically just the spiral. I do not had to do a lot of thing here, just playing around with the pens, and I was just trying to see which one was going to work the best. But then I realized the problem was not the pens, but it was I was not prepping them properly. So if you are going to use one of these ink pens, it's really important to shake it, but also to press it down against the paper until you get like the ink flowing, because that will make your life way easier than mine was here at the beginning of this spread. And I just thought I had to do that like at the first time, and then I could just shake it and start using it. But do press it against the paper, it makes all the difference. So I think that's a good tip if you are using one of those pens with black paper or whatever paper that you are using. So I'm just keep going with the spiral, and this is kind of hypnotizing and I could look at this forever. So I will try to move on. This is the end result of this transition spread. I think that's a good name. And I'm moving on, but I was interrupted by Fredo, who decided it was a good idea to take a bath on the top of my bullet journal. So moving on. My cat will interrupt me a lot when I'm doing bullet journal spreads, and that's okay. So this is actually like the cover page for November. So on the left side of the page, I decided just to write like Nov for November, just to balance all the things I thought I was going to create on the right side. So I'm just here doing a border, and it is something really challenging to create spreads with only like white pen, white ink, and the black background, but I just love this contrast so much that I think it's one of my favorite themes that I have created, but I've been only using a bullet journal since July, so that's not saying much. But anyhow, here I'm just trying to mimic the Twilight Zone font or lettering. I'm not really good at lettering, so I just printed out the actual logo of the series and I'm just reference back to it and trying to do the best that I can. But at the end, I really enjoyed the result, to be honest. I think it really reminds me of like the logo of the series. You will see soon, but now I'm just moving to the left side again while I wait for the right size to the right side, I'm sorry, to just dry out, because that's a problem with those types of ink pens that I'm using. And I also decided to create like a star to add stars to the background. So it will really give that Twilight Zone vibe. And now I'm coming back and finishing writing the Twilight Zone. And you will see here that I'm debating if I really enjoy, and I do that a lot whenever I'm tapping on the desk, is because I feel like something is missing. So I just added more stars before moving on to the other spread. Now I'm going to start using all those photos I printed from the Twilight Zone episodes, and I decided to do this because I really love the aesthetic of the Twilight Zone, and I thought it would be really difficult to recreate it, especially like in a new media such as this Blackout notebook. So I decided to cheat basically, but I'm fine with that. This first photo is from one of my favorite episodes and also one of the most popular episodes. It's called Eye of the Beholder, and it actually aired on November 11th, 1960. So I think it's perfect for a November theme. I didn't actually know this until now, so that was a pretty nice coincidence. And I just created like this border around the photo so it would match the theme of the month, like the style. Of course, it matched the theme because it's Twilight Zone, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just to keep everything coherent. So I will try to bring some elements in all the spreads I'm creating. So is like this border around the page. And this is basically going to be my November task spread, which is one of the most important spreads for me. I really refer back to this a lot, so it needs to be something I enjoy. And you can see I have another cat keeping me company at that time, but I just wrote, trying to mimic that same font again. On the right side of the page, I just wrote tasks. So this is it for this spread, and I'm just checking my glucose and it was okay, so we are good to keep moving on in this bullet journal. And I decided it was missing something, and you will see this is a constant around this bullet journal session, so I decided to add a little bit of those stars as well. Here I was still feeling it was missing something, so I went ahead to the photo and decided to add some elements there to kind of make everything fit well together. This next spread is based on an episode also from the second season. I guess I was with the second season in mind when I created this, and this episode is actually called The Mind and the Matter, and it's also really, really cool. And I'm not going to speak a lot about the episodes because if those photos won't make you go watch Twilight Zone original series, I don't know what will, because It's one of my favorite series and it's pretty amazing. But moving on, this is just my episode tracker because since November is my birthday month, and that's why I decided to go with this theme. And I probably already told you this, but anyhow, since it is my birthday month, I will watch all the Twilight Zone episodes that I can with my fiance as like a birthday celebration. So I decided it would be fun to have a tracker for this month where I could write all the episodes that we actually get to watch by the end of the month. And I'm sorry this is not on frame. I actually got really into this spread and I forgot to check my Apple Watch to see if I was on frame or not. So I just wrote tracker there, then I will add the episode word, and I'm also adding some little stars in the photo to make it look like it fits with the theme, because sometimes when we are adding printed photos they can kind of look like they do not belong there, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to add some doodles and some elements to the photos as well so they will fit together. And you can see I'm tapping the desk or the bullet journal. That's because I felt it was missing something, and you will see later on that I do add something extra there at the flip through. This is the last spread for this monthly overview, and it is actually the one I enjoyed the most. I decided to go with another photo from the Eye of the Beholder episodes that I already used because it's so creepy and lovely, and I just like it. And I decided to do a monthly overview to track every time I post on YouTube. And on the left side, I decided to write a quote from the show, which is actually the intro. And of course, I'm going to read it to you because it's awesome. So get ready. There is a fifth dimension beyond that which is known to human. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of humans' fears and the summit of his knowledge or her knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the, and now you will have to wait for me to finish the monthly overview, finish adding touches and retouches to the photo, so then later on I will go back and finalize the quote writing the Twilight Zone. This is the final spread, and I decided to do some stretching because my hands were hurting a lot. And now we are moving on to the last spread I'm going to share today, which is the first full week of November, because I forgot the 1st of November was on a Sunday, so we will go with it. And here you will see that I made a lot of mistakes because actually I was not planning on doing the first week, and I just was so into the whole theme that I decided to go ahead and do it, but I was not prepared. So I wrote like this Monday with this font. I hate it, and I'm glad Vicente appeared to keep me company and make me take a break, and we cuddled and we had fun and we stayed there for I think almost an hour until I felt ready and prepared to come back and fix the mistakes that I made. And I decided to go with to use a couple of pages my printer had messed up and printed extra, like the Twilight Zone logo things on sticker paper. So I thought it would be a great idea to tear that apart and start using some of the letters there to write down the days of the week. That way it wouldn't go to waste and it would cover up that horrible lettering I make. So I did that for all the weeks with whatever sticker paper I had and combined it with some lettering. And I will do the same for the second part of this weekly view. And here I'm using like the rolling weekly thing that I used on my last one, and you can find the plant-based bride YouTube channel if you want to see more about that. I will link her video down below, but I do combine Saturday and Sunday. And here I'm making another mistake and I could not go back to it as you saw, so I'm just going to cover it up with leftover sticker paper and write down Friday the 6th of November, which is actually my birthday, and I was really upset I messed up the day of my birthday. So anyhow, at the end I like the result. Of course you can see that I was covering something up, but I think it kind of goes with the mood of the whole spread, so I'm fine with it. It's time now for the final flip through. I'm sorry if I was speaking way faster than I usually speak, but I still need to master these voice over art, and I will try. I will get better. I know, I'm sure. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Let me know if you are a Twilight Zone fan or if you at least know what I'm talking about, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much, and bye bye.